Meet 19-year-old Christian Aguilar.
It was so hard for me. It was probably like the most stressfulest thing ever in my life.
He once experienced homelessness. He says he moved from Tampa to Miami by himself when he was just 17. He wanted to get closer to his mother's side of the family because she passed away when he was little. But then, he says, things turned sour at his new home.
When I told them that I was gay, I guess it wasn't really as accepting. You know, it's like to be in that household, I guess. I just ended up having to leave.
That's when he sought the help of his friend. She let him stay at her house. But when he came back to his friend's house one night after work, he knocked on the door. No one answered. It was 1 in the morning, so he was confused and scared and spent the night in the park.
I remember that night, it was like the first time in my life that I realized I was like homeless.
The next day, Christian says the Florida Department of Children and Families and the Alliance for LGBTQ Youth worked together to place him in foster care. He says he aged out of the system about 5 months later when he turned 18.
Christian was one of the luckier ones because he did get to go into foster care at the age of 17.
That's LJ Woolston. He's the homeless liaison for Project SAFE. It's a collaboration between the Alliance for LGBTQ Youth and Pride Lines Youth Services.
He actually had zero resources when he met us.
Thanks to LJ's help, Christian got into a gay-friendly foster home. But Christian says he was still shocked by the whole experience.
Everything was like, it was so different because I never went through anything like that.
Now, 2 years later, Christian says he's doing much better.
Now I'm, 19? So I survived, and I'm a sophomore in college, and everything's good now. Compared to that time in my life, it was it was hard.
He says he now shares a place with 2 of his friends, which is right across FIU's South Campus. LJ from Project SAFE says Christian's story is inspiring.
Christian's amazing. He's a really resilient young person. He's really, really smart. I'm super grateful to have worked with him.
The National LGBTQ Task Force says roughly 1.6 million youth become homeless each year. It says up to 40% of them identify as LGBTQ. LJ says he's had more than 100 clients in the past 2 years, and Christian was just his first. But he wants to remind people that each of his clients have different challenges and successes.
For some of them, it's about getting a job, and for the first time in their lives, being able to afford their own apartment. Sometimes, for some young people, it was engaging in sex 4, 5, 6 nights in a row with different people to have a place to sleep that night.
So what's next for Christian?
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Since I've gone through all this stuff at such a young age, I'm okay, I've learned so much that probably people that are 23, 24 don't even know.
For Bay News, I'm Patrick Simmons.